Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum against AEW Dynamite, emanated from Atlanta, Georgia, where I once lived, and it took place on December 1st, 2021. Boy, an exciting show, most certainly. Lots happened. That ridiculous fire flaming table spot. I want to talk about little details though. We got the broad strokes, and we'll certainly go over those. Let's look at it, right? So we had, um, you know, Hangman Page joined the commentary team beginning, supposedly to take the place of JR, but really just to be there for that match between Brian Danielson and Alan Angels. Alan Angels, who got a nice reception from the hometown crowd. Brian Danielson put it to him, destroyed him, and then basically said he was going to do the same to in Long Island. And then in 2 weeks, we've set up the match at last between Hangman Adam Page and Brian Danielson. Perfectly good opener, perfectly good way to move into things. And again, we're advancing future shows, and they do that so well, don't they? Um, CM Punk against Lee Moriarty. The story is MJF calling it, and then basically saying, "Why is Punk taking so long?" La 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 la. And then MJF vowing to be better than Brett in Canada, Piper in Portland, and Punk in Chicago. Punk defeating Moriarty in a very, very good match. And the verbal back and forth, good stuff. Wardlow's in action, utterly destroying a dude. 4 power bombs in a one-sided win. I'm kind of glad they're going this route where they're just having Wardlow just utterly destroy guys. It's what they need to do, and it's a good way to set him up against Punk as an intermediary between him and MJF. It all makes sense. Yep. Um, the super click jumping Orange Cassidy and the moment with the Bucks, making fun of Orange Cassidy's kicks and then blasting him in the face with the super kicks. Great stuff. It's a great place to take. It's a great direction to take the super click. Honestly, it's a good time to sort of go in the mid card and have different things going on before bringing them back up. I totally see no problem with this. This is what you got to do, right? Darby Allin and Sting against the Gun Club. So Darby Allin and Sting get their first win against the Gun Club. Um, that stunner thing that Allen did, setting up the Scorpion Death Drop, and Sting securing the win in Atlanta, Georgia, where he had such great success with World Championship Wrestling. The crowd ate this up. It was not a great match, and hopefully this is the end of the feud. But that said, it was a fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to do. Championship Tournament quarterfinal, Ruby Soho against Chris Statlander. The finish of this match, one of the best finishes they've had for any match at AEW, much less the women's match. Ruby Soho hitting the Poison Rana, followed by the Hurricane Rana driver. Chris Statlander and Ruby Soho were so in sync for this whole moment. I really thought it was remarkable. Just really in sync for this whole thing. And then Ruby Soho sell of "I Can't Believe I Won." It's just great stuff, and I really, really freaking loved it. Yeah, that finish alone. The match itself was okay. The finish was phenomenal. Phenomenal. And then Cody Rhodes against Andrade in that crazy, 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 crazy fight. Um, the way the crowd cheered and booed Cody Rhodes, booed Brandy, but then they're giving them fire, and so, I mean, it was a lot. And apparently, every time Cody wrestles in Atlanta, something ridiculous and over the top is going to happen. A very good Dynamite, set up a lot of things for the future. And so it goes. They continue to roll.